Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeff Leonard. I'm the Performing Arts Coordinator for the Lexington Public Schools, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this, our third annual LHS Follies production. We have a terrific show lined up for you featuring the talents of Lexington High School's 4 choruses, joined by special guest faculty performers, and we even have a couple of deans on board for you tonight. Getting detention will never have been so much fun. It has been great fun over these past years to see the students and the teachers working side by side to put on this musical theater review. And of course, in a public school setting, whenever you do something 2 years in a row, it inevitably becomes a tradition. A tradition. A Fiddler on the Roof. Sounds crazy, no? But here in our little village of Anatevka, you might say every one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. It isn't easy. You may ask, why do we stay up there if it's so dangerous? Well, we stay because Anatevka is our home. And how do we keep our balance, you ask? That I can tell you in one word. Tradition. Because of our tradition, we've kept our balance for many, many years. Here in Anatevka, we have traditions for how to do everything. How to sleep, how to eat, how to work, how to wear clothes. For instance, we always keep our heads covered and always wear a little prayer shawl. This shows our constant devotion to God. You may ask, how did this tradition get started? I will tell you. I don't know. But it's a tradition. And because of our traditions, every one of us knows who he is and what God expects him to do. Traditions. Because of our traditions, without them, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof. Thank you so much. We continue our Fiddler on the Roof set with two more pieces from this beloved musical. In the first, Tevye, the dairyman, has his three eldest daughters, Seidel, Hodel, and Chava, share their excitement and their trepidation at the prospect of arranged marriage. And I would imagine that they're still with the cattle right now that are trying to leave the stage.
I wonder if Yenta has found a husband for you.
Oh, Yenta, Yenta, Yenta.
Well, somebody has to arrange the matches. Young people can't decide these things for themselves.
Maybe she'll bring someone wonderful.
Someone interesting.
And well off.
And important. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil, you bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see.
For Papa, make him a scholar.
For Mama, make him rich as a king.
For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
Since when are you interested in a match, Hava? I thought you just had your eye on your books. And you have your eye on the rabbi's son.
Well, why not? We only have one rabbi and he only has one son. Why shouldn't I want the best?
Because you're a girl from a poor family. So whatever Yenta brings, you'll take. Right? Of course, right. Hodel, oh Hodel, have I made a match for you? He's handsome, he's young. All right, he's 62, but he's a nice man, a good catch. True? True. I promise you'll be happy, and even if you're not, there's more to life than that. Don't ask me what. Hava, I found him! Will you be a lucky bride? He's handsome, he's tall, that is from side to side, but he's a nice man, a good catch, right? Right. You heard he has a temper, he'll beat you every night, but only when he's sober, so you're all right. Did you think you'd get a prince? Well, I do the best I can, with no dowry, no money, no family background. Be glad you've got a man.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, you know that I'm still very young. Please take your time. Up to this minute I misunderstood that I could get stuck for good. Dear Yenta, see that he's gentle. Remember, you were also a bride. It's not that I'm sentimental. It's just that I'm terrified. Matchmaker, matchmaker, plan me no plans. I'm in no rush. Maybe I've learned playing with matches a girl can get burned. So bring me no ring, groom me no groom, find me no find, catch me no catch. Yes, he's a matchless match.
Tevia's middle daughter, Hazel, has fallen in love with a young revolutionary named Perchik. News reaches Anatevka that Perchik has been arrested and exiled to Siberia. Hazel makes the heartbreaking decision to join Perchik in exile, leaving behind the family and the home she loves.
How can I hope to make you understand why I do what I do? Why I must travel to a distant land, far from the home I love. Once I was happily content to be as I was, where I was, close to the people who are close to me, here in the home I love. Who could see that a man would come who would change the shape of my dreams? Helpless and I stand with him, watching older dreams grow dim. Oh, what a melancholy choice this is, wanting home, wanting him, closing my heart to every hope but his, leaving the home I love. There where my heart has settled long ago, I must go, I must go. Who could imagine I'd be wandering so far from the home I love? Yet there with my love, I'm home.
Bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Sleep, I couldn't sleep tonight, not for all the jewels in the crown. I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting, why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things never know what made it so exciting. Why, all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced.
White Oleander is a new musical by Alex Ratner, based on the 1999 novel and the 2002 film of the same title. Los Angeles in the early 1990s. When Ingrid Magnusson, a beautiful, imperious poet, receives a life sentence for murdering her lover, her daughter Astrid embarks on a 4-year odyssey within the Los Angeles foster care system. At McLaren Children's Center, Astrid finds a kindred spirit in Paul Trout, a fellow foster kid and an aspiring cartoonist.
Comic books were probably meant for children. Children with 2 parents and a roof. Mom and Pop and even Granny all read Little Orphan Annie, innocent and safe and child-proof. But I grew up with things not meant for children. Dads who disappear and moms who use. Born addicted, that was fun. I was clean when I turned 1. Not the kind of childhood you choose. It was nothing like the pictures of Green Lantern or the Flash. No magic ring, no super speed. Nothing like the Doom Patrol, no hidden powers to control. In foster hell, a kid in need has got to learn how not to break, learn how not to scar, learn how not to be the kid who's wishing on a star. 'Cause there's nothing like the pictures that you see to remind you who you are.
My mother's friends had art shows every weekend. All of them were bad, and I mean all. Lines and circles everywhere, too abstract to know what's there. Sometimes it's a canvas on wall. It was nothing like the pictures by Pizarro or Scull. No midnight blue, no forest green. Nothing like reality with shapes and colors I can see. For all I've learned, for all I've seen, the world is full of good and bad, full of dark and light, full of people I can paint in more than black and white. 'Cause there's nothing like the pictures that you see to remind you why you fight.
Whose picture perfect? It sure isn't me. The prodigal son and daughter,
Oil and water,
look and see. Picture imperfect, it's not in the picture book. But that's the ideal, imperfect and real. Take a look, take a look. We look nothing like the pictures of the boy and girl next door.
I'm no Brooke Shields.
I'm no Bruce Wayne. Nothing like the Brady Bunch. No Saturday or Sunday brunch.
But we hang on, 'cause why complain? We turn the page, we draw the line.
any shade will do.
Life is purple, orange, red,
Not only black and blue, 'cause there's nothing like the pictures, and who else gets the pictures? Maybe you.
There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us, someday a time for us, time together with time to spare, time to learn, time to care, someday, somewhere, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving somewhere. There's a place for us, a time and place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere.
Cabaret is the groundbreaking musical that premiered on Broadway in 1966. The story centers around an American writer, Cliff Bradshaw, and his relationship with a 19-year-old English cabaret singer, Sally Bowles. 1931 Berlin and the Nazi Party's rise to power seems an unlikely source material for a musical, but Cam Durneb's score and Hal Prince's direction capture the decadence of the late 1920s Berlin and the ominous political developments of the time in a stunning and often disturbing piece of theater. The powerful piece has been restaged many times, and over the years, the musical has developed and changed as a result. The haunting torch song, Maybe This Time, was written as a standalone song for Liza Minnelli, and it was later included in the 1972 film version of the show. It's frequently added now to the revival stage productions as well, and tonight will be sung by our own Dean, Nicole Caniff.
Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Maybe this time, for the first time, love won't hurry away. He
way home at last. Not a loser anymore, like the last time and the time before. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loved me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. All the odds are they're in my favor. Something's bound to begin. It's gonna happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loved me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. All the odds are they're in my favor. Something's bound to begin. It's gonna happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win.
Composer Alan Menken and lyricist Howard Ashman changed the face of Disney musicals forever through their collaboration on such hits as The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and 1992's Aladdin. The composer-lyricist team got their start in New York theater with the cult classic off-Broadway hit Little Shop of Horrors, and they brought their theatrical sensibility to the world of Disney, creating movies with a musical comedy scene and song structure that developed character and advanced the action of the plot. A Whole New World is a pop ballad duet that won both the Oscar for Best Original Song and the Grammy for Song of the Year, as well as reaching #1 on Billboard's Top 100 in 1993.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're old.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to where I used to be. Every turn a surprise.
With new horizons
Every
to
moment
pursue.
red letter. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you.
A whole new world.
A whole new world.
That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
A thrilling taste.
A wondrous place for you and me.
So it's home, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, you don't rich, and your mama, she's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. What of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing, that you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. Oh, tell the morning there ain't nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mammy standing by. Ska-da-da-da-da-dum, ska-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Ba ba da 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 dum bum bum ba da da dum dum da da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum dum. Ska da 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 dum da 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 dum. Out of these mornings, you're gonna rise up, singing, that you
The Secret Garden is a 1993 musical based on the classic Frances Hodgson Burnett novel. Archibald Craven, sung tonight by counselor Matthew Willis, lives a sad and reclusive life following the untimely death of his beloved wife, Lily. His life is upended by the arrival of Mary Lennox, Lily's 10-year-old niece, whom Archibald has agreed to take in, following Mary's parents' sudden death from the cholera. Mary's arrival and the surprising physical similarity in her appearance to that of his dead wife stirs up a well of feelings in Archibald. At the same time, Archibald's brother, Neville, sung tonight by Mr. Iannuzzi, reveals his own secret passion for his brother's late wife.
Strangely quiet, but now the storm simply rests to strike again. Standing waiting, I think of her. I think of
Strange
her.
this Mary, she leaves the room, yet remains. She lingers on. Something stirs me to think of her. I think of her.
From death she casts her spell. All night we hear her sighs. And now a girl has come who has her eyes. She has her eyes. The girl has Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that saw him happy long ago. Those eyes that gave him life and hope he'd never known. How can he see the girl and miss those hazel
She has her eyes. The girl has Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that closed and left me all alone. Those eyes I feel will never ever let me go. How can I see this girl who has her hazel eyes? In Lily's eyes a castle this house seemed to be, and I her bravest knight became. My lady fair was she.
She has her eyes, she has my Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that loved my brother, never me. Those eyes that never saw me, never knew I longed to hold her close, to live at last in Lily's eyes.
Imagine me a lover.
I longed for the days she'd turn and see me standing there.
Would God have let her
stay? She has her eyes. She has Lily's hazel eyes.
Those eyes that saw me
Those
happy
eyes that
long
closed and
ago.
left me. How
can I now forget that once
that
I
dared
dared
to be
in love, alive and whole in
Lily's eyes, in Lily's eyes.
The reverse sides, right? Yes, we'll fix it up. What some people don't realize, and what you'll hear more as the night goes on, that when people apply for jobs in Lexington, not just with the music department, we check their resume and ask about their experience, and then we ask what song they're going to sing for us, so that the interview process, so we can fill the faculty up appropriately. Company is the 1970 musical by Stephen Sondheim. The original Broadway production, directed by Hal Prince, earned a record-setting 14 Tony nominations. The show centers around Bobby, a 30-year-old everyman bachelor who cannot bring himself to commit to a relationship, let alone marriage. The struggles and conflicts of Bobby's married friends play out on stage from Bobby's point of view, and Sondheim comments on the apparent isolation and disconnection of people living separate lives together in the city of New York. In the end, Bobby comes to realize that a life lived alone is only a shell of a life, and only by opening his heart to someone else can he know what it is to be truly alive. In the first act of this show, Bobby's 3 on-again, off-again girlfriends enter and complain of Bobby's maddening inability to commit in You Could Drive a Person Crazy.
You could drive a person crazy. You could drive a person mad. Doo-doo. First you make a person hazy, so a person could be had. Doo-doo. Then you leave a person dangling sadly outside your door, which it only makes a person gladly want you even more.
I could understand a person if he said to go away.
Doo-doo. I could understand a person if he happened to be gay. Doo-doo. But worse than that, a person that titillates a person and then leaves her flat is crazy. He's a troubled person. He's a truly crazy person himself.
When a person's personality is personable, he should not feel like a lump.
It's harder than a matador coercible to try to get you off of your own. So pleasant, attentive, and attractive a man is everything a person could wish. But turning off a person is the act of a man who likes to pull the hooks out of fish. Knock, knock, is anybody there? Knock, knock, it really isn't fair. Knock, knock, I'm working on my charms. Knock, knock, a zombie's in my arms.
Oh, that sweet affection.
What is wrong? Where's the loose connection?
How long, oh Lord, how long? Bobby, baby, Bobby, booby, Bobby. You could drive a person buggy. You could blow a person's cool. Doo-doo. First you make a person feel all huggy, while you make her feel a fool. Doo-doo. Then the person says that you've upset her. That's when you're good. You impersonate a person better than a zombie should. I could understand a person if he wasn't good in bed. Doo-doo. I could understand a person if he actually was dead. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Exclusive you.
Elusive you.
Will any person ever get the juice out of you? You're crazy.
You're a lovely person.
You're a truly, deeply maladjusted, never to be trusted, crazy person yourself. See you all later. You can go to the John.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed the first half of LHS Follies, and we've got just as much fun. Go ahead. We've got just as much fun coming up for you in the second act. Variety of new shows, some more contemporary thing. What? We're got an intro going here.
Talented kids done.
Yeah, they're done for a little while.
So it's our turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There we are.
I can't see. Here's mine. Thank you.
A teacher in Lexington. A great job, no?
No.
But with the impending defunding of public education, combined with our intense fear of grizzlies, it's important for these teachers to have a bold and ambitious backup plan. You may ask, why did these ambitions get started? You may ask, why did the ambitions get started? I'll tell you. I can't tell you and keep my job. But we'll let these teachers show you themselves.
Yeah.
When I was 10, I went to see a show. I saw a show on TV starring Larry King. I wrote and I asked him to put me in the show, and he said to go ask Jerry Springer. Rejection, rejection, ambition, rejection, rejection, ambition.
When I went through puberty, I got depressed to see myself when I undressed. Nothing much was happening around my chest, and so to modeling I acquiesced. Depression, depression, ambition,
Depression, depression, ambition.
At 10, I was a pretty boy. At 17, a dream. I never had a pimple, so I thought I'll do commercials. Complexion, complexion, ambition,
Complexion, complexion, ambition. Attention, attention, ambition. When I was 10, I saw a show on TV, starring Larry King. I wrote and I asked them to put me in a show, but they said to go ask Jerry Springer. Rejection, ambition, rejection, ambition.
Ambition. Without their ambitions, their lives would be as stressful as a student at Lexington High School.
Oh,
Every rainbow till you find your dream.
Well played. Trevor. There's no intro for this one.
Nighttime sharpens, heightens each sensation. Darkness stirs and wakes imagination. Silently the senses abandon their defenses. Slowly, gently, night unfurls its splendor. Grasp it, sense it, tremulous and tender. Turn your face away from the garish light of day. Turn your thoughts away from cold, unfeeling light. And listen to the music of the night. Close your eyes and surrender to your darkest dream. Purge all thoughts of the life you knew before. Close your eyes, let your spirit start to soar. and you'll live as you never lived before. Slowly, gently, music shall caress you. Hear it, feel it, secretly possess you. Let the dream begin, let your fantasies unwind to the darkness which you know you cannot fight. The darkness of the music of the night. Let your mind start a journey through a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the world you knew before. Let your soul take you where you long to be. Only then will you belong to me. Floating, falling, sweet intoxication. Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin, let your darker side give in to the power of the music that I write. The power of the music of the night. You alone can make my song take flight. Help me make the music of the night.
From the 2012-2013 NBC television series Smash, celebrated the beauty of and heartbreak of the Broadway theater as it follows a cross-section of dreamers and schemers who all have one common desire, to be a smash. In the series, a Broadway creative team is working to get their Marilyn Monroe-inspired musical entitled Bombshell off the ground. Secondhand White Baby Grand is sung in the show within a show by Monroe's character and tells the true story of her mother Gladys. After the star's mother was institutionalized, the piano was sold and it would take years of searching for Marilyn to finally locate the piano and buy it back. Her sentimental attachment to this instrument is documented in a chapter of a posthumously published book entitled How I Rescued a White Piano.
My mother bought it secondhand from a silent movie star. It was out of tune, but still I learned to play. And with each note we both would smile, forgetting who we are, until the pain would simply fly away. Something secondhand and broken still can make a pretty sound, even if it doesn't have a place to live. Oh, the words were left unspoken when my mama came around, but that secondhand White Baby Grand still had something beautiful to give. Through The missing keys and broken strings, the music was our own, until the day we said our last goodbyes. The baby Grant was sent away, a child all alone, to pray somebody else would realize that something secondhand and broken still can make a pretty sound, even if it doesn't have a place to live. Oh, the words remained unspoken now that Mama's not around. But that second-hand white baby Grant still had something beautiful to give. For many years the music had to roam until we found a place to call our home. So now I wake up every day and I see her standing there, just waiting for a partner to compose. And I wish my mother still could hear that sound beyond compare, and I'll play her song till everybody knows that something secondhand and broken still can make a pretty sound. Don't we all deserve a family room to live? Oh, the words can't stay unspoken until everyone has found that second-hand white baby Grant that still has something beautiful to give. I still have something beautiful to give.
You teach middle school choir too?
I do.
Wow.
I don't need you to sell me on reasons to want you. I don't need you to search for the proof that I should. You don't have to convince me. You don't have to be scared you're not enough. 'Cause what we've got going is good. I don't need more reminders of all that's been broken. I don't need you to fix what I'd rather forget. Clear the slate and start over. Try to quiet the noises in your head. We can't compete with all that. So what if it's us? What if it's us and only us? And what came before won't count anymore or matter. We can try that. What if it's you? And what if it's me? And what if that's all that we needed to be? And the rest of the world falls away. What do you say?
I never thought there'd be someone like you who would want me.
Well,
So I searched for 10,000 reasons to not let me go. But if you really see me, and you like me for me and nothing else, well, that's all that I've wanted for longer than you could possibly know. So it can be us, and only us. And what came before won't count anymore or matter. We can try that.
it's not so impossible.
Nobody else but the two of us here.
'Cause you're saying it's possible. We can just watch the world disappear till you're the only one I still know how to see.
It's just you and me.
It'll be us, and only us. And what came before won't count anymore.
We can try that. You and me. That's all that we need it to be. And the rest of the world falls away.
And the rest of the world falls away. The world falls away. The world falls away. And it's only us.
Wicked is not just a Boston word. It was a musical. A smash hit musical from Stephen Schwartz, based on the novel of the same name. It tells the untold story of the witches of Oz, and imagining Glinda the Good Witch and Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, as a pair of unlikely friends. They meet in college and struggle through opposing personalities and viewpoints, a rivalry over the same love interest, reactions to the corrupt government of the wizard, and ultimately Elphaba's fall from grace. The song, For Good, is sung near the end of the show as they prepare to go their separate ways. It has become an anthem for forgiveness and friendship and will be sung tonight by two real-life friends, freshman Sydney Hart and Molly Zatunian.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a sea dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you,
because I knew you,
I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
but then I guess we know there's blame to share,
And none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled
like a
from
ship
orbit
blown from
as
its
it passes a
like
sun.
a wind off the sea,
Like a stream that meets
like
a
a sea drop
boulder
by a
halfway
garden
through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better.
and because I knew you,
Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
Got it.
Hey, dude, yo. Hey, what's up? Hey, you're looking kind of down. What's going on? Are you okay?
Guys, life sucks.
What's going on?
I wake up this morning, average morning, right? Yeah. Get dressed, take a shower, one after the other. And I'm on my way to school, I drop my ice cream cone.
Oh man. God. That's the worst, dude.
I get there, I'm late to class. And worst of all, get to class, friend tells me, Mr. Leonard's retiring.
Oh my.
Honestly, with all this stuff going on, I just feel like I could end it all.
Whoa, man.
Okay, wait.
You mean like killing yourself?
That's a little too far, dude.
Can we do something to cheer you up?
No.
Wait, guys. I have an idea. Let's find a rock. I mean a big ass rock. Maybe something like a cinder block is better. I'll hoist it up and drop it on your face, my buddy. And I will leave you there while you claw the air. With a rock. Who cares? I mean a big ass rock.
Rope. I got some quality rope made for a man who's devoid of hope, like you are, my buddy.
That's Liam?
Oh yeah, Liam, right. But I won't leave you swinging there, twitching like a fish while you claw the air. I'll grab your feet and pal of mine. I'll pull real hard and snap your spinal cord.
This world is cold when you're alone and they ignore you. But don't kill yourself. We'll do it for you. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. You got a friend. Hey man, you feeling any better?
I feel a lot better. I'm just so happy to have such great friends.
Good, man. Absolutely, dude.
Hey, man, what's wrong?
Yeah, you're right, dude. What's
Hey,
wrong?
what's going on?
Sucks. What's going on,
What?
dude?
You
What's
guys know
wrong?
Jason Iannuzzi?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so I go see Big J after school today. I say, Mr. I need to make up my sightseeing test.
Yeah.
Can I do it now? You know what he tells me?
What
What
did
do
you
you
say?
say?
Drop dead, asshole.
Oh, Jesus.
What a jerk! People are
I can't
pricks.
believe that.
Oh, man. Like, what's the point of being in Mads if he's never gonna love me?
Hey. Hey,
What?
there is no point. Got a friend like Carole King, or was it Carly Simon used to sing? I always get those two confused. But anyway, I've turned around and suddenly I'm not alone, it ain't just me. I'm like a player on the team.
on a
I'm part of the gang.
Part of
a
the
member
gang.
of the club.
Oh. Let's get a club.
I like the big ass rock.
I'll clean his clock.
Let gravity do the work.
I've got friends
Friends who will love you like a maniac and lead you like a lamb to the railroad track and tie you down.
Oh, I've got friends.
Take your wrist with a single-edged razor and buy you a beer with a Drano chaser and dump you in the river with a rock.
A big ass rock.
There's a pretty big rock right here, eh?
Check it out.
You need help with that? Looks a little heavy.
Heavy? It ain't heavy.
He's my friend. Oh.
Jason Robert Brown is an important contemporary musical theater composer. His unique and varied style is on display in the next two numbers. Summer in Ohio, the first one, from the last 5 years, performed tonight by our own Dean Kelly Kavanaugh, is sung by the character Kathy, a struggling actress who recounts the misery of her experience as a summer stock theater performer as far off Broadway as one can get.
I could own a mansion on a hill. I could lease a villa in Seville, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio with a gay midget named Carl playing Tevye and Porgy. I could wander Paris after dark, take a carriage ride through Central Park, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio, where I'm sharing a room with a former stripper and her snake, Wayne. I could have a satchel full of dollar bills, cure for all the nation's ills, pills to make a lion purr. I could be in line to be the British Queen, look like I was 17. Still, I'm certain I'd prefer to be going slowly, Batty, 40 miles east of Cincinnati. I could shove an ice pick in my eye. I could make some fish from last July, but it wouldn't be as awful as a summer in Ohio without cable, hot water, Vietnamese food, or you.
I saw your book at a Borders in Kentucky under a sign that said new and recommended. I took a look at your picture on the inside sleeve and then I couldn't leave. Richard, who was with me, got uncharacteristically quiet. He said, then, all things considered, I guess you don't have to buy it. So I smiled like Mona Lisa, and I laid my visa down. He wants me, but he ain't gonna get me. I found my guiding light. I tell the stars each night, look at me. Look at him, son of a gun, I guess I'm doing something right. I finally got something right. No, it's not Nirvana, but it's on the way. I play Anita at the matinee. Then I get on my knees and pray I can say in my next bio, I'm never gonna go back to Ohio. I could chew on tinfoil for a spell. I could get a root canal in hell, but it wouldn't be as swell as this summer is gonna be. 'Cause the torture is just exquisite while I'm waiting for you to visit. So hurry up, schmuck, get unstuck, and get on the scene. Love the midget, the stripper, Wayne the snake, and this is Jamie Willerstein. That's me.
Another one that clearly got the application process right. So we're shooting for Dean Kamak next year, right? If you can convince him. Songs from the for a New World was the first major New York production for Jason Robert Brown's songs. The piece works as a sort of musical theater song cycle, with various soloists taking on different characters in unrelated musical vignettes. In Just One Step, a wealthy wife climbs out onto the window ledge of her 57th story apartment in an attempt to get her neglectful husband's attention.
Murray, I am out here, Murray, and I'm not discussing this anymore. You don't want to buy me the fur? Well, that's just fine, Murray. It's not like I'm asking for much since you won't buy me the dog or the beach house in Quag, as if you didn't have the money. What else is new? I'm not gonna fight for a coat, so never mind, Murray. If that's what's important to you, at least I know where I stand. So Murray, strike up the band because the time has come for action. Here's what I'll do. Clearly I'm not more. Now I'm not young and beautiful. That's okay. I just beat before. I'm not gonna kvetch and I'm not gonna cry. It's not gonna get me what I wanted, so I'm simply gonna take one step, one tiny step, and Murray, just one step, I'll be free. One small step, just so you shouldn't worry. I'll be free and you'll be rid of me. Isn't that easy? Murray, watch me. You think this is me? Joke? Well, it's no joke, Murray. Murray. It looks like they're forming a crowd like 85 at the most. Still front page of the Post. I think it's Maury Povich. Oh, and Connie too. Hi, Connie. Now you'll finally make your mother proud, since she never liked me anyway. Look, she's throwing diamonds to the ground. Just say the words and I'll come back inside, but until then I'll be happy just to know that I can always go and take one step, one tiny step, and Marie, one small step. Adios, just one step, honey, you better hurry. Oh yes, sir, better give up that fur, take it from me, old Marie, here I... Whoops, almost fell, Murray. The mother of your children splattered across Fifth Avenue in a butt peep, Murray, and it's all your fault, 'cause it's you who made the money, and it's you who owns the store. So if you don't want to spend it, that's your right. But it's you who bought the penthouse on the second floor. So good night, cheapskate, good night. You think I don't know about her? Well, I do, Murray. You think I don't know about that, or the things that you say to your every day? I'm embarrassing, I'm fat, I'm demanding, and controlling, or whatever. Perhaps it's true. Here's the place where I get what I've earned. Why keep crying? Why be miserable? Look at Murray, somebody's concerned. Trust in the wind and I'll land in the crowd. No more complaining, I'm trashy and loud. What a sensational, crazy experience. Finally, Murray, I'm getting it in just one step. Look at where one step leads you. One small step takes you high, high. Just one step down from the man who needs to forget the fur. Just send it down to her. Oh, fare thee well, old Murray. Watch me fly. Murray? Oh, I'm serious, Murray. Murray! Oh!
Well, that nearly brings us to the end of our Follies this year. Only the finale left. But before we close up, we do want to make a few acknowledgments. Our stage crew that you've watched come on and on off the stage all night, Ms. Carey and Mr. Iannuzzi, setting chairs, setting stools. Ms. Carey also for the teacher and the large group choreography. We'd like to thank our tech director, John DePerna, for throwing this together up there in the booth on a shoestring, and his crew, particularly Rory, Rowan, and Prithi, who've been so helpful with the microphones, moving them around to people. The usual folks that without which we couldn't ever do these things, Folmads, and especially Kim Coburn for corralling all the ushers we needed and getting the tickets together. We owe a great debt of thanks to our custodians. They are so good to us and really take care of our spaces and make sure we have what we need when. How about a huge round of applause for our band, Joe Delgado and Zach Hardy. And the founder of the feast. And I'm not sure if it was true that he actually said that to Vivek. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. But Mr. Iannuzzi for putting all this together, creating the script, creating the possibilities, arranging the songs, and making the whole thing happen. And for making all these choruses happen for the finale. For Mr. Iannuzzi.
Strong, is a war, it's something that anyone's
There was a time when men were kind, when their voices were soft and their words inviting. There was a time when love was blind, when the world was a song and the song was exciting. There was a time, then it all went wrong. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving.
Welcome, monsieur. Sit yourself down and meet the best innkeeper in town. As for the rest, all of them crooks, rooking the guests and cooking the books. Seldom do you see honest men like me, a gent of good intent, who's content to be master of the house,
keeper of the zoo, ready to relieve them of a suit or two. Watering the wine, making up the weight, picking up their knickknacks when they can't see straight. Everybody loves a landlord, everybody's bosom friend. I do whatever pleases Jesus, would I bleed him in the end?
Raising up the master's ass.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is a music of a people who will not be slaves again.
When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? Will you be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see?
Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free.
On my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes, and he has found me. I love him, but only on my own.
God,
my prayer in my need. You have always been there. You can take, you can give. Let him be, oh, let him live. And if I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him home. On this page, I write my last confession. Read it well when I at last am sleeping. It's a story of those who've always loved you. Your mother gave her life for you, then gave you to my keeping.
Come with me where chains will never bind you. All your grief at last behind you. Lord in heaven, look down on him in mercy.
Forgive me all my trespasses and take me to your glory.
Take my hand and lead me to salvation. Take my love, for love is everlasting. And remember the truth that once was spoken. To love another person is to see the face of God.
People who are climbing to the light, for the red